Alright guys, welcome back to Locust Ridge. So we're expecting some storms today. So today what we're going to do is we're going to service a couple weed eater, and then we're also going to fix this mini Jeep that's broke down yet again. I've been made it like 100 feet in the video you all saw the other day. So I'm going to flip you around here and show you what we got going on, and then we'll get started on it. But the two weed eaters we're going to do today is we got this Stihl FS 50C that we're going to do, this Husqvarna 326L. So this is the link here that I was talking about. This little piece right here pops off, and there's a little groove down there. When I take it apart to sand it down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then this chunk of metal here, and that's what keeps this together on the chain. This clip won't go into the groove here because this chunk of metal here is a little too fat. So I'm going to sand it down or grind it down to where this will fit, and then hopefully that'll make it a little tighter, and my crib midgets can use the Jeep again to run errands for me. Alright, so I ordered the wrong parts for the tune-up on this, so we'll get the new parts in and then we'll fix that. But in the meantime, we can install this handle. Hopefully this will make it easier on everybody's back, and then I got a strap too, so we'll put that on. That wasn't bad. I got everything here from Amazon. This handle, it's a little loose here, but I figured that'll help. And this strap was pretty easy to go on. So, alright, so this weed eater here, this is the Stihl FS50C. And this weed eater's been phenomenal. I have done literally nothing to it but put fuel in it and string on it. And it's cut everything down that I want it to cut down. I will tell you, this head right here is pretty well shot. I've been limping along for a couple years. I've had to take a pair of channel locks to get it apart. So we're going to be replacing that with an Amazon reproduction. And then I got a new carburetor and fuel filter and some other stuff for it. So I'll get you set back up here, and then we'll work on this.
I'm inconveniencing.
Well, why don't you get you one? Alright, so GoPro died. Got the new air filter on, new carburetors back installed, the new lines are all connected, the throttle linkage works. So what I'm going to do is replace the filter in the tank, button that back up. Obviously you saw me put the spark plug on, and then I'm going to fix this. The safety came undone a while ago. So I'll fix that, get all this button back together, and then we'll work on the front. Alright, so we got this back together. Again, I did order this kit from Amazon. If you can see there. So that's the kit I ordered. So I got it all back together. The GoPro overheated, so it didn't film the whole thing. So the next thing that we're going to put on is this aftermarket head here, and that's just because the one that's on here just over time has just withered away. So we'll get set up, and then we'll take this apart and get this swapped over, and then we'll go from there. Alright, and it's back together. So we got that new head on here. Hopefully it lasts a little while. And I got some fresh string in it. And then we'll go out in a minute and we'll do a start. I have not started this since we replaced the carburetor, but it is back together. So it's not as clean as I want it to be, but I did use some of this AMSOIL brake and parts cleaner. So I am an AMSOIL dealer, and I wanted to try this out. It worked pretty well. I'll put a link in the description if you all want to go to it, and then while you're there, you know, you can look at, there's an option to sign up to become a preferred customer and save you some money. So, you know, just check it out and go from there. I do get a little bit of kickback on the AMSOIL stuff, but it's like pennies on the dollar, so it's not drastic. But we'll get set up here and we'll try to start this and we'll see if it works. That was pretty frustrating. I'm sure you guys saw me struggle there for a minute. I don't think I could get this thing started for like 20 minutes. I called and priced a legitimate service kit for Stihl 50C, and then the very next pull it started and ran, and I actually went over and trimmed some grass with it. So I've had it sit here for, it's probably sat here for 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to start it again real quick, and then we're gonna call that fixed. So I think part of the issue is number one, it's a cheap Amazon kit, but I think this spark plug right here is garbage, and it wasn't working right, because once I swapped the old spark plug back into it, it started getting fire, and then I think it was just a matter of working fuel through the carburetor, and so we'll see if it starts again. We're gonna call it fixed. All right, so the next thing we're gonna work on, this is the chain off that mini Jeep. It is wet because it just got done raining. And this is that link I was talking about. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind this piece right here down where my fingernail is, and hopefully take a little bit of meat off that, so that way we can, when we put this together, we can attach this link and it won't come apart anymore. So all right, so I got that fixed. So here you can see that link is on there and it's sitting in those grooves. So what I did was I tried to put it in this vise first, and I think I was ended up taking some material off the top of the vise. So I found this magnet in here, so I just put that link on here and then just held it upside down on this, and just that way I got a good even pass on that grinder. And I just slowly shaved and put it back in here several times and checked it. But that's pretty tight on there now, so I'll get this apart and then get it on the Jeep, and we'll take the Jeep for a test drive. All right, it's installed. So here's the link here. That's the master link that we just filed down and put on there pretty much. But the chain is put back on. Just gonna take this thing for a ride and make sure it's fixed. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. So we had a pretty rainy few days, so we covered a lot of maintenance this few days. So we fixed some weed eaters and The mini Jeep, we got it fixed. It is working good. The one Stihl weed eater, it's doing okay. I went ahead and got a parts kit for that, carburetor for that, just in case the Amazon parts, something happens and they break. And then the Husqvarna weed eater, I'm gonna get a different head for it, but I ordered a guard for the front of it, so that way we can use it later on. But we appreciate everybody watching. We still haven't worked on the flagpole yet. I want to do that job right. I just don't want to halfway do it. So I think I'm going to get a front mounted auger for my tractor so I can dig a deeper hole and put that in there. But hope everybody has a good Friday tomorrow and a good weekend. So we'll see you next time on the farm.